Updating a new game is our top priority to make sure my subscribers notice what is the best new release game for mobile, no matter what kind of the game's genre it is, so our release will be full of variation and of course my subscribers will get a lot of option to pick the best new game they like. So make sure you guys try to considering to subscribe this channel to always stay updated. Remember to like this video to reach 200 likes, thanks. Top 10 Best New Release Game Mobile 2024 New Game High Graphic for Android and iOS. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Magmon. This is the best new RPG game adventure for mobile 2024. Seriously, it's really good and give me a new game experience because our main hero is not a human, but will play as a random animal with cute and cool design characters. The game has an open world based game, but we should get into the other area through the portal. For example, when we move from the city into the hunting area, then we should find out the portal to access the battlefield. The gameplay of Magmon allows us to explore the world freely and use different characters. We are only able to navigate one main hero and can be adjusted by switching it anytime. In combat, every hero will do an auto attack. Only the ultimate skill we can tap and unleash manually by dragging the skill's avatar icon when the gauge meter is full. The energy will frequently recharge every second, so we need to always focus on it to tap the skill faster. When I arrived at the plaza town, I was really amazed with the ornament and object around. It feels like we were in the cartoon world with a fun design at all. Magmon is the best new game RPG open world games for Android 2024. Awakening Soul. Not many YouTubers mention this game actually. It's because the game is on early access, which is only available in a specific country. Through this video, I will let you know how the gameplay mechanism is, so there is so much attention of the action we can do, like attacking the enemy from behind or do a backstab to deal extra damage and give a guarantee of 100% successful hit rate. When the enemy stands around and the other heroes, then we can do a support attack and it will grant bigger damage. There is a counter job base where every hero has a different job. When we try to deal the enemy with the opposite hero's job, it will give an advantage and disadvantage conditions. This condition will change the situation then. This whole action are really good mechanism as the best new game in a tactical gameplay. Remember, strategy is the main key point to determine your winning result. Awakening Soul still has a few features. We are only able to level up the hero's level, gear up the hero, and also start up our hero. Need more adjustment on more features and more daily dungeons should be added soon. Awakening Soul is the best new RPG game turn-based for Android 2024. Block Fun. This game is one of the best new games for mobile in 2024. For me, this game that you must play now. It has a great graphic and a very good idea with a great innovation features. We will play in a multiplayer with so many players and create our own world by gathering some material and starting to build our own house. We can easily place the block by block to arrange some of it based on your decoration project. The graphics are unbelievably perfect, but I think the game seems to need more optimization. If we see from the far view distance, the panorama is not clear enough, even we have set the graphic setting maximum. But the gameplay is absolutely interesting. The game level is quite easy, especially when we collect the materials, we will gather a lot of numbers in a single work. The combat mechanism is open world RPG games with hack and slash game base. Actually, we can use the tools to use as our weapon as well, like an axe or pickaxe. Block Fun is the best new game mobile game 2024 RPG open world in multiplayer system. Anna's Monster. Anna's Monster Farm begins. This game has a RTS-based game or real-time strategy gameplay. It's like we build up our own village and try to defend our village from the enemy's attack, but the unique thing is we will not become a human, but we all become a goblin as our main hero and the enemy is a human. This is a really unique story actually and feels so anti-mainstream. The main gameplay is we will try to expand our territory by killing the humans, but make sure our troops are ready before starting on attacking them. But there is one feature that will make a new advantage by trying to tap the bat, and it will turn the troops into a multiple number. In combat, we don't have to worry when we lose in battle because the remaining enemies will keep their number from the last battle, but the enemies with a lower HP will be restored, so we have a huge chance to conquer the world then. Always try to win as many battles as you can to get some gold and get the new lands to expand. Anna's Monster Farm Begins is the best new game strategy for mobile 2024. Mystic Kingdoms. Mystic Kingdoms, this is the best new games with a real-time player to compete with. That's why we are not alone. We can get a random players when we touch the matchmaking, but I don't think if the player is real or just a bot, because the enemy's level is quite low, or even our allies seems don't really understand the right timing when they should get into the war, or probably they all are bots. But I really got the best game experience on how smooth the combat is, even all heroes unleashing their skill together. It's perfectly run well. The gameplay of Mystic Kingdom is 5 versus 5 players, where we have 8 minutes as the estimate time. The team with the highest score will determine as the winner. The combat mechanism lets the player hide on the boss and get the right timing to do an assassination. There are some common monsters around us. I suggest you guys kill them first to get the new level up, or find out the chance for more items to strengthen up your power. This game is the best new game multiplayer MOBA 2024 for Android and iOS. Ding Dong Dang. Ding Dong Dang. This is the only mobile game that has a Crayon Shin-chan as the main protagonist. It's pretty insane. Finally, after we are waiting for a few decades, and now we have a fun game that's really matched with the actual anime. The gameplay is full of fun things that combines perfectly in multiplayer games. Actually, we will find a variety of fun games that we'll do randomly, so we cannot decide which game we will play, so we must be ready for any kind of mini games because it will have a different mechanism. We must learn and master it faster to compete with the other players. While we are waiting for the matchmaking, we can meet and see the other players in a massive number in the Plaza City or in the village through the portal. Kill your time by multiple jumps and also punch the other players to get an extra score. Try to upgrade your level to increase the hero's power and also HP while in the lobby. It will help us to win every single match easier. Ding Dong Dang has less than 1 GB size, which is really affordable for any device level. This is the best new game high graphic for Android 2024. Zombie Hunter 2. Zombie Hunter 2, it has a very small size game if we compare it with the other new best game that I have mentioned on this list. It's about 379 MB size and playable offline as well. Actually, this game is the newest sequel that just launched, only available in a specific country. But don't worry because we can get the game freely on Google just by tapping the game's name. The gameplay of Zombie Hunter 2 is FPS shooter, where we don't need to navigate the movement because the hero will do an autopath based on the mission. We only need to manage the screen by rotating it to lock the zombies. Some of the zombies have different weaknesses and strengths, but of course we can kill instantly when we successfully do a headshot. While in combat, we will find a lot of narration to describe the game's situation. Sometimes we need to listen it to know the sudden attack from the unpredictable directions. Anyway, we cannot switch the weapon as we want it, because every single weapon is determined by the mission. This is the best new offline game small size for Android and iOS 2024. Squad Buster. Squad Buster. I'm sure everyone knows the developer behind this game is a Supercell, which is well known as the creator of Clash of Clans. But the whole gameplay is different. We should play the brawl with the other players, but before we do it, we should clear the adventures first to know how the gameplay will be. Actually, the main goal is super simple. There is a green gem in the middle of the arena, then we will compete with the opposite team to reach or collect the highest number of the green gem in an estimate times. But of course, it's getting more challenging because we need to pick the best squad on our side by using the in-game gold on the treasure chest. The combat mechanism is we only need to drag the button to move and don't touch any button to attack the enemy in a closer range. At the end, try to push your rank on the global worldwide and be the top squad with the highest score then. This is the best new game multiplayer Android and iOS 2024. Survival Frontline Zombie War. This new game has a combination of RTS and TPS game, but we don't play as a player but we play as a weapon, so we can freely lock the target by the main weapon. There are different numbers of stages that we need to clear. Mostly the boss will come at the last stages, so always be ready to face them because the number of the zombies will respawn massively and we should defend our base. The ultimate weapon will coming up randomly. Always try to hit these to obtain a powerful weapon, but the ammo is limited. Once the ammo run out, then the weapon will turn into the basic one. Drag the screen to lock the target that you wanted. The allies will join us in several stages. They will pretty much help us dealing more extra damage. After clearing the stages, we'll be able to fix up the building to increase the hero's income. Honestly, this game size is way too big if I compare with the features it has. It's really limited and even needs more variation to make sure the players play longer. This is the best high graphic new game mobile 2024. Wandering Sword Use. This is a new game with the MMORPG genre. Actually, you will be surprised about how big the size is. It has 5 GB in total. Surprisingly, the game runs perfectly on the maximum setting. It's good for low endpoints if you are looking for a beautiful world with a great combat mechanism gameplay. Overall, the game represents Chinese based on many aspects of character design, music, NPC's name, and also the ornament around us. It's full of visual cutscenes that will describe the storyline. Even the voiceover is really matched with the NPC appearance. In combat, we can rotate the camera angle into 360 degrees so we can see the whole combat in a wider perspective. It will help us avoid the enemy's heavy damage. Then, honestly, the game's level is way too easy, especially in the early game. I can kill all of the enemies that appear in a short period of time easily. In fact, every action will do it automatically starting from the pathfinding, mission, storyline, and also the combat. Wandering Sword Use is one of the best new game mobile 2024 that everyone must play now on Android and iOS. Final Rumble. Final Rumble. As a bonus, I guarantee you will all love to play this game because this game is 100% fun to play in multiplayer mode. The game has a team deathmatch mode where we play the game between the other opposition teams. The team with the highest score will become the winner, but also the game will have a certain time to count down. There are 3 basic buttons that we should learn, which are the dodge button to avoid, but it will recharge in a few seconds, basic attack, but we cannot move while attacking the enemy, and the last one is the skill that we can lock out different target by dragging it into a different area to unleash. While doing a matchmaking, we cannot decide which area we play and which players will become our partner, so it's totally selected randomly. Some of the characters will be obtained when we unlock them by using in-game gold. So we must push on doing a multiple battle. While we are in the lobby, we can explore the tiny area with the other players. These all are the best graphic new game mobile that everyone needs to play in 2024. Our team is pretty confident of our list, so you guys will enjoy the whole games of these top lists, and we'll make sure you will stay updated then. Remember to like this video and help us to get 200 likes. Thanks. See you in the next video. Thanks.